Hi, my name is Terri-Lee Reid, and I'm a freshwater conservation researcher with the Canadian Wildlife Federation. A lot of Canada's lakes are in trouble. They face a lot of threats every day from a number of sources, including fertilizers, pesticides, invasive species, erosion, and the list goes on and on. Canada's lakes face a lot of threats. People love their lakes, but they don't always realize that their actions can have a negative impact on their shorelines and their lake health. For instance, a lot of people like to have grass right to the water's edge. What they don't realize is that by maintaining a strip of vegetation along their shoreline called a buffer, that this will help reduce the amount of fertilizers and pesticides from entering the lake, as well as protect against erosion. So just by maintaining a buffer, you can improve water clarity, reduce the amount of algae growing, and improve habitat for birds, mammals, fish, and a variety of other wildlife. People love their lakes, and they spend a lot of their time at their lakes. A lot of their activities revolve around their lake and their lake use, whether it's for swimming, fishing, canoeing, sitting on their dock, enjoying their coffee in the morning, watching the sunrise, the sunset. People love their lakes for a multitude of reasons. So by maintaining their lakes and their shorelines, they'll not only benefit and see the benefit themselves, but will also benefit future generations and wildlife. There are a number of things that people can do to help safeguard their lakes. One of the things is to maintain a buffer along your shoreline. A 30-meter buffer is best, but this isn't always possible. So any size of buffer is better than none at all. The easiest way to do this is just let nature take over. Stop mowing a strip of vegetation along your shoreline and let the seeds that have been brought in by wind or the seeds brought in by birds and mammals, and let them grow. You can also help this along by planting some native shrubs or trees. And this will help prevent runoff from running into your lake, as well as prevent erosion. Another thing is that before it was common practice to harden your shoreline with a hardened wall. We now know that this isn't good practice. Instead of absorbing the wave energy, retaining walls or hardened walls deflect the wave energy and causes erosion problems down along the shoreline. So if your wall is not in need of repair or replacement, what you can do is plant some deep-rooted vegetation along the top of the wall, and this will prevent runoff as well as erosion. Love Your Lake is a packaged shoreline stewardship and assessment program that can be applied to any shoreline community across the country. Love Your Lake is developed by the Canadian Wildlife Federation and Watersheds Canada, but it is delivered locally by regional partner organizations. Once a lake becomes involved in the Love Your Lake program, every shoreline property on the lake gets assessed from a boat by trained assessors using a standardized shoreline survey protocol and a data sheet. This information then gets input into a database in which the shoreline property owner can then go online and order their shoreline property report. The shoreline property report is specific to their shoreline, and it provides voluntary recommendations that they can use on their shoreline to improve their shoreline health and consequently their lake health. It also provides general information on shorelines as well. So what the Love Your Lake program does is it provides shoreline property owners with voluntary concrete steps that they can take to improve their shoreline and their lake health. By improving our shoreline health, this will also benefit our lake health, providing cleaner, clearer water for not only ourselves, but for future generations and for wildlife. If I could change one thing about how people treat their lakes, it would be just for them to understand how their actions impact their lakes. I think having this knowledge would go a long way in helping Canada's lakes.